Okay. So what is this $50 gold piece, right? Canadian $50 gold piece. It's 1 ounce. This says $50. So back when people were using gold, they used it just like a $50 bill. Okay, it's a gold piece you spend. Okay. This is 1 ounce. How much is it worth today? How much is 1 ounce of gold worth today?
Almost $2,000.
$2,000 roughly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to goldprice.org, you find out today it's worth what, 1980 or something like that. And was it yesterday? It was worth over 2,000.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
So it fluctuates. Well, wait a second. How did it go from $50 and used every day to not being used and worth 2,000 now? What happened? And that's what the gold standard. Okay, that's what the gold standard did or did not do. So why do you think it went from $50 to $2,000?
Taking away the money aspect of having like currency and dollars be the be only priced due to the value of gold, having that taken out.
And what was that called?
Was that the gold standard?
That was the gold standard, exactly. Okay, so we had this something called gold standard before. Okay, do you have any cash, actual physical cash on you?
Not on me.
Anybody have some cash? May I have some cash? Just any bills, it doesn't matter, 1s, 5s, 10s, or 20s. And this is the part, after I ask it, I'll cut out until I get it. Oh, we got some cash, yes! You rich people, I got 1 5.
I have more.
Oh, perfect, yes. Oh, thank you. All right, people giving me their money. Whoa. Whoa. Ay, ay, ay. You're a working man now.
That's mine.
Oh, that's you. Wow.
This was Kimball's.
This is all fast from fast. Wow, okay. A working girl. Woo! Hope you remember how much. Okay, you get it all except for 5, you get the 5. Not right now. 30 minutes. Okay? The wonders of video editing.
Took all of that.
Okay. So put that cash there. Okay. So the gold standard was for the federal government. It wasn't for the everyday people. It was for the federal government. The gold standard said, federal government, you must have an equal amount of gold that you want to spend. Okay. So the federal government actually, the United States government actually owns gold. It's called Fort, I don't know if you heard of Fort Knox. Ever heard of that? That's where we keep our gold. The government keeps their gold. Obviously not the individual golds because I keep mine.
Yeah.
But if it's owned by the government, it's kept at Fort Knox. Okay? The gold standard was if you wanted to spend $5, you had to have $5 in gold. Just had to have it. That was the law.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to spend more money, so the federal government says, hey, we want to spend more money on bridges and roads. Okay, I want $20 more dollars. What did the government have to do?
Getting more gold.
They had to go get more gold. Is gold easy to get? No, that's why this thing's 2,000 now. It's hard to get. So they had to go mine it, they got to spend all that, and okay. So I guess I can't spend the $20. Okay? Until I get some more gold. What did that force the government to do?
You gotta print more money, right?
If they wanted to spend, but if they wanted to print more money, they needed more
Gold.
physical gold. As soon as they got, I should have had another gold piece. As soon as they have another piece of gold, then they can print some more money. Then they can print some money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, if they don't have more gold, what did that force them to do?
Force them to
Stop making money.
what?
Spend less money.
Spend less money. They didn't have it, right? If you don't have any money, you can't spend it, can you? That forced less money spending. And where does the government get their money from?
Us.
Us. So what got taken less of?
You mean that taken?
From the people. They didn't need as much.
Oh, they didn't need as much money.
As
Much gold, right?
No, they didn't need as much.
Money.
And how does the government get their money?
Us.
Through?
Through taxes.
Through taxes. So they didn't need to tax as much, did they?
Oh no.
If you're not going to spend, why tax? People saying, why are you taking money from me if you're not going to spend it?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And so that was it. And that was the standard for a long time, all the way up probably till the 40s, after the Great Depression. Okay? The law was still there, but then they started ignoring it. Okay? The Great Depression hit, all that free money flowed, the jobs, you've heard about that, right?
Yeah.
All the jobs, all the railroad jobs and everything, they had to be paid somehow. That all got paid by government money, which is paid by taxes, by us, the taxes. All right. So did they have? It wasn't a massive amount of increased spending. Did they have the gold to back that up?
No.
No, they couldn't. There's no way they could go mine that gold that quickly. Okay. So what they did, they just started ching, 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 printing the money. Maybe I'll get a cool little money printer video out of that. Okay. They just started printing money, but they did not have the gold to back it up. So what that forced them to do is they had to pay it back. Okay, they had to put it back. Okay, but then they started doing back and forth. Eventually, they said, you know something? No, we just got too much spending to do. We're going to ignore the gold standard. We're just ignoring it. But it's a law. Yeah, whatever. We're just ignoring it. And so they started ratcheting it up, spending more. Okay, and when you spend more, that's more debt. Okay, so they owed more. All right, till finally, in 1971, they finally said, let's just make this official.
Yeah.
Let's just get rid of this law. Okay, and it's done. Once they got rid of the law, that left all restraints. They were mediocre doing it, right? Once they got rid of the law, it was free will. There was nothing. Was there anything preventing them from printing more money? Absolutely nothing. And that's why we're in the way that we are in today. There's nothing backing that money. Okay? As you learned on gold, at that gold, what's that place we went to?
Goldprice.com?
No, the debt clock. Okay, we went to the debt clock, right? We realized we had, how much in gold does the government have? Do you remember? Look that up really quick. How much we owe right now and how much gold we have. Supply in ounces. Oh, that's right, 159 million ounces. So grab a calculator. 160, might as well be 60, close enough. What's 160 million times 2,000?
160 million.
Times 2,000. You'll have to turn your phone this way to see all the numbers.
160 million times 2,000.
No, that's okay. What is? I'm going to put a separate little graphic up here. What is it?
320 million.
No, 320 billion.
$320 billion. Okay? So, we have $320 billion in gold. The government has. They can do what they want. How much money do we owe right now?
31 trillion.
30 trillion. Okay? So we have 1/3 of $1 trillion that we can pay off our debts with. And we have 30, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Will the debt ever get paid?
No.
There's nothing constraining, almost nothing, constraining the government from spending money. What's the only thing right now that can constrain the government from spending money? One thing. Anybody?
The gold standard.
Well, no.
There's no gold standard.
Not anymore.
Oh,
There is no gold standard. What's the one thing that constrains the government from spending money? That's it. By how?
so I stopped paying taxes.
Well, we have to pay taxes. We go to jail.
Spend less.
How can we, the people, stop them from spending?
We stopped spending as much.
How did they get in office in the first place?
Vote.
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 Got to vote them out. Now, the next person coming up may say, oh, wow, okay, I'm free and clear. I won't get it. Okay? It might take a couple elections for the people to start realizing, oh, the American people are serious. If I don't stop this spending, I'm not going to get reelected. We, the people, have to stop it. Okay, and I know you've heard this a while, But why do we not stop? Why do we keep voting for the same people who will keep increasing the spending?
Because people like free stuff.
We like free stuff. All that free COVID money. Okay, it's a different election, but all that COVID money, free money, or so we thought, right? All the free jobs, all the free food and housing and this and that, right? Okay, that's all paid by taxes, which is paid by the printing of the money. So whenever you hear the federal government saying, we're going to spend an extra, we're going to spend this much money, you can think, uh-oh, where are they getting that money from? Right, as an example, this week, remember I told you that we just passed a $1.5 trillion spending. Do we have that money?
No.
We absolutely don't. As a matter of fact, how much money in taxes do we bring in? Do you see right there? How much taxes does the federal government bring in? Okay, here it is at the top. U.S. federal tax revenue, $4 trillion. Okay? So they get $4 trillion, okay, every year from taxes, $4 trillion. That has to pay for all the regular expenses of running the country. Make sense?
Yeah.
Their expenses, look on the left side, their expenses, federal spending, they're spending $7 trillion.
It's not even close. You get a lot more.
And
So if you brought in $20, right? But every month you have to pay out $80. There's a disconnect there.
yeah,
Eventually you're going to go broke.
yeah.
Okay? Why hasn't the federal government gone broke?
Keep on making more money.
They just keep printing it.
Yeah.
They just keep printing it.
Yeah.
And did they do it legally? Of course they did.
Yeah.
We voted for the people who keep voting for the spending.
Yeah.
When will that end? I personally thought in my life, when we were at 10 billion, okay, during the Obama years, I thought it was over. Here we are at 30 trillion, 2 other presidents, and we're still going. But what are we also seeing nowadays? What's the big thing we're seeing nowadays because of all that extra spending?
Oh, inflation.
Inflation.
Mm.
We are definitely paying for it.
Yeah.
We are definitely paying for it. Okay? Think